Hello, this is Esmeralda. Welcome to my YouTube video today. Here's the thing, you guys. I decided to kind of film down here. It's kind of more of my little comfy area here in my house, and I didn't want to bring down all the lighting and my camera and everything and just set up because I will be going back up there and filming a separate video. So I didn't want to just keep moving it. So I came to this little nook, little area here in my little library. And yeah, so just forewarning you guys, there is kind of a thunderstorm slash rain coming down right now, but right now it's not thundering, which is a good thing, and I am losing daylight, so I'm trying to just quickly get this video out. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is my TBR list for this year's reading rush. So it did start yesterday on Monday the 20th. Today is the 21st when I'm filming this, and yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I decided to do for this year of 2020. So I do have the list here of the things that basically the prompts or the challenges that the reading rush is kind of giving you. Now for me, realistically, I am not able to really read as much as I would want to. My life just got very hectic, very busy, but I am trying to get as much done as possible. So some of the prompts here, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a few books, very few books that I am going to kind of correlate and kind of put all into one. I know there's one of the prompts that I will explain to you guys how I'm going to do it. So how about we get started, you guys? So we do have the first challenge was read a book with a cover that matches a color of your birthstone. So my birthstone is Emerald. I am born in May. So I was really excited. I have actually, yeah, I have a pretty good amount of green covered emeraldy color books too, specifically kind of that emeraldy color. So I have a variety of them, to be honest with you guys, and yeah, there's a lot, especially on this other section. But I did end up choosing one, which actually this book did come in one of my Owl Crate subscription boxes. I cannot remember which month it is. If I do remember, I'll probably put it somewhere on this screen, but that one is actually The Gilded Wolves right here. I have not read this yet, but it's from Roshani Chokishi. I hope I said that right. Oh my gosh, you guys know me with author names or just any names in general, especially with character names. I always struggle to say the names, but I love this cover. Now here's the thing, this cover in particular is a exclusive cover to Owl Crate, so I am going to put the other cover on there. This is the one that kind of stood out to me, basically because I've been wanting to read this. Something about this is kind of like really interesting. The second reading challenge was read a book that starts with the word the. Some people actually were a little bit kind of like, dang it, I can't find any, but I actually have quite a variety of books that start with the. Not like extreme amount, but I do have a good variety. So I just decided to use this one because, like I said, there's only a certain amount of time that I have to read, and I really want to basically join in this challenge this year. But yeah, so this is it. There also says that for number 7, I believe it was, it says read a book that takes place in a different country than yours. So I live here in the United States, and this is pretty much set in Paris. So Paris is one of the places that I know I've been wanting to go and visit at one point in my life. Right now on the top of my list is actually a different country, but that is like my second place where I would want to go. So just being in the setting of Paris, I'm really intrigued to see how they depict the setting and the area and the location and whatnot. So I thought that would be really interesting. But yeah, so this is actually from Paris. It starts with the, and it's an emerald kind of color book. So that's why I chose that book. Now it says also for number 3, and I know I'm jumping around. I think I probably have like a little chart here to kind of show you guys the prompts that I've already deemed and pretty much did. Okay, so I do have now for number 3. So far I told you guys 1, 2, and 7, but for number 3, it actually says read a book that is inspired by a movie you've already seen. Now, it's very rare that I actually watch a movie and I haven't actually read the book yet. But in this particular occasion, I realized, oh my gosh, I do have a book. Now, this is kind of a spoiler to a future video that I am going to be doing, which is pretty much like a big book haul. I'm just not going to tell you where I actually got it from, but that would actually be the book The Shack. I accidentally, because I didn't know it was a book first, but my mom and my brother had me just really try to watch this movie that they said was extremely emotional, great message behind it, and just an overall storyline was really good. This is whether you are a spiritual person or you're not, but it was just a really good storyline. I loved it. Now I was toughing it out and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna cry, but there was a part definitely in the movie that I could not hold back my tears. I do have a child, and just thinking of him and life in general, like, it just gets you thinking. So it definitely, ooh, that was the thunder. I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, I thought that was really good. But after watching that movie, I did realize there was actually a book that coincided with it, and I thought it was really great. I was like, oh, now I could probably read the book. It's kind of backwards to me because usually I read the book and then watch the movie, but this is, yeah, I'm actually interested to see what the book has. You know, in movie depictions, they always change characters, or some of the things get like flipped around, and you also don't fully get like the full story because they're all trying to like fit it into a book. And this isn't like a really thick book. Now, while you guys kind of see it a little bit more in the older version, this one I did get in one of my book hauls in one of the locations where I usually get my books from, which is like a secondhand location. And I definitely love to find a new home for books, and I decided to pull this one out because this is supposed to be in one of my book hauls in the near future. But yeah, this is going to be a spoiler right here. So I'm actually excited to read this particular book and see if it's very similar to the movie or not. I thought that was actually a really good challenge right there, because it's kind of hard to find that, especially if you're a really big book lover and you're the type of person that's adamant on reading the book before the movie. This is actually a really good challenge. All right, you guys, so now number 4 says read the first book you touch. The way I'm going to do this is I'm actually going to put this book and this book and the other book, which I'm going to talk about in shortly, which, oh my gosh, I forgot my Nook. Darn it. Okay, well, either way, I'll probably just pop up the picture somewhere on the screen for that one. But there is another book that I'm going to have. I'm going to put them in a little piece of paper, shake it up inside like a little bowl or something. And I'm just going to, whatever is the first one I touch is the first one that I'm going to start with. So that's how I'm going to do that one. Now for number 5, it says read a book completely outside of your house. It's raining right now, so I can't start right now and read outside. But I am going to choose a book, and I'm probably going to go sit outside and definitely read something. I know my son loves to play outside too, and my husband. So maybe one of those occasions, I'll go outside and just, you know, relax and read. I think that's a really good challenge, you know, to be out in nature or whatnot. And all right, you guys, so now we're going to number 6. Now remember, I already did number 7, but this is going to be the last challenge that I'm going to talk about here on my video. For number 6, it says read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. There is actually a few that I've been wanting to read more of, like sci-fi and other ones. But one thing that I've been recently getting into, especially because currently right now I joined a book club, the True Crime Book Club. It's with Mel and Peter Monn. Peter Monn is here on YouTube if you guys ever want to check him out. He does have his own YouTube channel for books. It's called Peter Likes Books. And yeah, so anyway, so the book for the month of July is actually called Deviant. And I'm really interested in that because that's actually about Ed Gein. For anybody who knows, you know, serial killers, that kind of stuff. Ed Gein is something that I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting. Now, the reason why I want to read more into true crime, because I did join their club back in April, but I didn't start actually reading any of the true crime books until for the prompt for June, which was Richard Ramirez. You guys, oh my gosh. The reason why I haven't read so much true crime books is because it really freaks me out. Knowing these stories are actually true stories and people had very horrific things happen to them, and most of which are no longer here with us. It's terrifying. I'm telling you guys, I have no words for it. Like, it takes everything for me to even read any kind of true crime thing. When I was much younger, probably freshly out of high school, I remember getting a book about serial killers and just a variety of them. And it had really brief descriptions of each one. So it had like a little, not even chapter, but like a page or two of information about them, how they died, what they did, that kind of stuff. Very brief, concise kind of thing. I probably went down a few pages and I got sick, like legit sick to my stomach, where I could not continue reading. I just couldn't. I had to actually give it away. And yeah, ever since then, that was the last time I ever read a book that was an actual like true crime book, you know? I mean, other than the Selena one, what was the name? I have it somewhere here. I don't know if it's on this side or that end, but it was about Selena, and it was a reporter who made this particular book, and it was about like, but see, it wasn't a serial killer. It was just like obviously true crime, but it wasn't like serial killers. It was just how Selena got killed and so forth. So that was pretty tragic. But I did read that one. But I don't know, like that's as much, you know? So either way, you guys, so I am going to be doing that Deviant. Now, I wish I would have had my Nook, so that way I could have showed you guys at least the picture on my Nook of the actual Kindle version of Deviant. But like I said, I'm going to be reading that one, so I do want to get into true crime a little bit more. All right, you guys, so that's actually the TBR list for me. What is your guys' TBR list? Are you guys also trying to kind of smush everything into as little less books because maybe you guys may not have enough time? To be honest with you, if I got a separate book for each one, which some people do and are amazing, I personally just right now at this moment I just don't have the time, but I really want to join in these challenges for this year. And all right, you guys, so actually that's going to conclude this video. What did you guys think about the selection that I have? And of course, what is the selection you probably have? And are you actually going to skip this year or not? Either way, you guys, I love to see your guys' comments down below. I really love to interact with you guys because it just seems more like in person. Right now, I have a small subscriber kind of base, so I'm able to comment back to each individual post and comments. So right now would be the perfect time for you guys to comment if you guys wanted to. But all right, you guys, I'm going to conclude this video. I hope you guys actually enjoyed it. If you guys liked this video, definitely give it a like. Also subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and of course click that notification bell if you guys want to get notified every time I upload. Until next time, toodles.